What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's always a huge thanks for coming back. We really appreciate you. So today we've got a pretty exciting video. I got a really cool product that I'm really excited to install on the crew cab, and it's a product from a company that we've featured in the channel here before, and you guys were really interested in it. And I reached out to them to test out another product of theirs, and they said, heck yeah, they sent it over. Okay guys, so hopefully you can see this decently well. But what we have here is another JOYING Android head unit for the crew cab OBS, like I said. And I'm super excited for this. I'm not gonna go too into detail into the unboxing because I've already done one of these and it's pretty similar, but you know, I will show you the main parts of it anyways. So this here is gonna be your actual, I guess, not head unit, but your actual stereo. You have all of your inputs and outputs. You can have a SIM card in this thing, I believe. Your USB. You know, pretty much everything that a normal radio would have, this thing has it, and if not more. And the only thing that it doesn't have is this thing doesn't play CDs. So this is a digital only thing. So yeah, but yeah, JOYING again. Love these guys. I've had their, I believe it's their 8-inch with the dial head unit on the OBS, and I'll link a video somewhere over here to the install of that thing. I get questions asked about it a lot, of how it's doing, because a lot of you probably haven't heard of JOYING, so I can understand you guys being, you know, worried about them. Again, I've had that head unit on that truck for a few months now. It hasn't skipped a beat. It's been working great. I'm super happy with it. The image quality on the screen is great. So yeah, super happy with it. And again, a huge thanks to JOYING for sending this out to us to test, and for being patient. I've also had this here in the garage for a couple of months. But yeah, we're finally getting to install it. And then this is all your additional stuff. So we have like a GPS antenna and a couple different antennas. We've got a little microphone. This is your cables to attach it to your actual truck. So this is what you use to splice in from the radio to the truck. So we'll be messing with this thing. And then another antenna. So this is the GPS antenna. Some manuales, a USB cable, and another USB cable. They literally send you everything you need for this install. Again, like I said, you got all the antennas, you get USB cables, everything you'll need. And you can buy additional stuff from them, like you can buy the backup cameras, other type of sensors. You can buy like tire pressure monitoring sensors and stuff like that. Again, like I said, they've got a lot of cool stuff. And this is what I am most excited about, because I went with a different screen for this one. I believe I got the 10-inch screen, but again, like I said, it's been a few months, so I don't exactly remember. Now check this thing out. It is actually pretty massive. Pretty massive. Look at that. Beautiful. We'll leave this on until it's in the truck, and then we'll get the satisfaction of pulling this thing off. But yeah, definitely very slick. I like it. Okay, so now that I showed you the actual head unit, what I'm gonna do is jump in the truck, pull the old head unit out, and start splicing everything so that I can connect it. I'm not really gonna show you all of that because, again, I already showed you the first time that I installed this thing, and I don't want to make this video super long and boring. So again, I'll leave a link to that video down below and up here. So if you want to see a more kind of how-to detailed video of how to install this thing, definitely go and check that out. Okay guys, so last night I stayed up a little bit late and got the harness all finished up, and it doesn't look the best, but I'm pretty sure it'll work. So this right here is what I have. the top part and all of this is what comes with your join head unit, the harness. This back end is what would be on a like a Metra harness, I believe it's what they're called. So I already had this, like I said, I think it's Metra. This Metra harness, I just had it attached to my old head unit, so I chopped off all those wires, and then I chopped off the end of the join harness and spliced everything, and it's all worked out that pretty much all the colors corresponded to the same color on the speaker side at least. On the power side, yellow and orange I believe were the same. But anyways, they actually have a pretty good wiring diagram of their stuff, and I downloaded a wiring diagram for the Ford, and it made everything pretty easy. I'll try and leave as many of these links down below so that you guys can get them. And then I soldered all my connections with, this is my soldering gun kit. It actually works pretty decently well. It doesn't take too long to heat up the wires, and it does a really good job at getting everything nice and coated. I'll leave a link to this below as well. But we got all the wires individually soldered and heat shrinked, and then each pair got clumped together, and then we clumped everything like this to make a kind of a little bit of a more compact harness. I don't know if I like it or not, but it'll work. But anyways, now that we have all of this stuff in, I did take out my head unit last night. I'm gonna go ahead and take the cage that's in the truck and replace it with this one, which is actually really easy because all you gotta do is unbend these tabs on the old cage and just basically rebend them, take it out and put this in and then bend them in. Really easy. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead, get the head unit installed and test it out, and then I'll show you what it looks like all finished up. Also, I painted this piece black. There's come in like a grayish color, and I just think that black looks way better. So I took it off last night. It's just a press-on fit. So I took it off last night, sanded it down a little bit, used some self-etching primer and some black paint, and I think it turned out great. It's gonna look way better than the original color. Okay guys, so we got this thing all set up, and let me tell you what, I freaking love it. Let me show it to you real quick. So as you can see, this thing boots up super fast, and obviously it went straight to my Bluetooth. So if you want to play it, let me see if it's connected. So there we go, connected. So yeah, again, it's super easy. The whole connection process is not that hard. I believe I went through everything on my other head unit, and I'll show you that in a bit, just in case. Because I know some of you might think that this is too big, it kind of doesn't go with the truck, and you might be right, but I actually think it fits perfectly. Like, check out this gap. And I did adjust the height with the little clips on the back, but it is like perfect right there. It is like perfect right here. Like, it almost touches, but it doesn't. And now I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it didn't fit perfectly, as in like the actual, like, you know, head unit thing in the back, it's not all the way in. I had to pull it out a little bit and clip the screen and then push it back in, but it's not fully locked in its place like it should be. That being said, I already drove this thing around, and it's super solid. Like, it doesn't jiggle or anything. It didn't move at all. So I'm super happy with that. And I mean, this thing has so many features that you can go through. And I'm going to show you some of my favorite. So these are kind of your apps right here. If you push the plus button, you can find them right here. So if I push on something and you buy this head unit and it doesn't include it, everything is included. You just have to add it to it. So just push there and then add whatever apps you want from here. Plus, you can actually download a lot of apps from the App Store onto this thing. So anyways, let me show you one of the cool things that if you have a 7.3, you're gonna love. So go to Easy File Explorer. Again, if you don't have it, just add it to this device, to this screen, but push on it. And then you're gonna go to, so go to the OEM file. Push on the OEM, and as you can see, you have some screensavers, and then you're gonna have TPS if you got the sensors, and you've got Torque Pro. So hit that, and then you can install it. I already have it installed, so I'm not going to install it, but just click install and it'll download it for you real quick. So once you have that figured out, we're going to go home, and I think we can download it to this part. We might be able to. Yep, there it is. click on torque, and now it's on our apps. You click on it and it'll open it, and you'll have your OBD2 access as long as you get the dongle, which they're easy enough to get on Amazon. I'll leave a link to my favorite one. This thing is a 93, so it doesn't have OBD2, so we're not going to be using this app. But again, it comes free with the head unit, so it's pretty cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete it. You have your EQ settings, so you can adjust all that stuff if you're into that. I don't know how good or how bad it is. I can say that it sounds pretty good, even though we have stock speakers on this thing. And this is pretty cool. Wait, no, not that one. GPS test. So, GPS test. I did go ahead and hook up my antenna, and then I used some high strength double-sided tape, and I taped it like right here on the other side of this thing. Click on GPS test. So it tells you, this thing will tell you all kinds of stuff. So your time, your heading, and then you have some more map stuff and stuff like that. But it literally has my exact coordinates of my house, so I'm not gonna show all of it. But what I really like is if you push on this 0, it actually has a speedometer, and it freaking works. I just tested it. So with that antenna hooked up, you drive around, and it'll tell you here how fast you're going, which I think is freaking cool. Again, this is like a tablet. It's like a phone. You can download so many freaking apps and whatnot. That we could be here all day. The only thing that I don't like about this, and I knew that was going to be the case going into this, is the whole volume situation. So let me show you. We'll go back to Bluetooth music, and like but there's no like easy way to adjust the volume. Like, you know, they don't have anything that you can like tap or whatever. The only two ways that I found so far to adjust the volume is you push on the little volume right here, and it'll bring you that. Now, if you don't want to reach all the way to that corner, you've got this little like menu thing that you can move around. I moved mine to this bottom corner. If you hit that, it'll give you the volume, and it'll be closer. Like, you won't have to reach all the way to that corner. But again, still very, very inconvenient. So, Joyin, if you're watching this, again, thank you for the head unit, but please, if you could, you know, find a way to fix this. Obviously, when you're using this interface, you're going to be messing with the volume. So just have a dedicated, like, volume slider right here, so that when you're driving, you know, you just do that. Again, if you don't like this setup, though, let me show you the one in the single cab in case you haven't seen it yet. Again, this is beautiful. I actually really like it. And one thing that I really like, that at least from my view, it covers this huge crack on the dash. So at least I won't have to see it. Obviously, the passengers will still see it, but from my point of view, it really cleans up the interior. But anyways, let's go to the single cab and let me show you that other head unit. Okay, so I believe this is the 8-inch head unit. And as you can see, it's a much more manageable size. It's not super huge. It doesn't look like a Tesla. And it has an actual volume knob that works perfectly. And again, it's a super nice unit. I believe this is a older Android version, but I actually really like the interface in this thing, and I might like it better than the other one. But again, a nice small package. Looks super cool. I actually really like this. And to me, it's more convenient just because of this knob. I really like that knob. Oh, and by the way, that's what that plastic looks like without painting it. So it kind of stands out a little bit. But yeah, again, I'm super happy with that 8-inch head unit. It's been working flawlessly the whole time I've had it installed in the truck. And I would, you know, highly recommend it to anyone. I mean, it's really convenient. I love the little volume knob. And I think that in the Android head unit market, I think JOYING has the best products by far. It's got the best fit and finish. The quality is great. So again, I highly recommend them. But I think that's going to be it for this video, guys. Again, give it a like. If you like what you saw, don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions, and I will see you for the next one.